I made 60 Statblocks in Obsidian in the last month, and I've been having a blast with it. Homebrewing monsters is some of the most fun you could ever have, in my opinion, when you're a dungeon master. I did them all in this software called Obsidian. People familiar with Obsidian have been asking whether or not this is some kind of plugin. It is. There is a plugin in here that makes it look like this, but it's so much simpler than that. If you don't want to figure out how to set up a plugin or anything, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to get your Statblocks in Obsidian to look like this, and it's going to be dead easy. Here we go. Welcome to Mystic Arts. My name is Daði. I'm a professional writer and director, and I've been DMing for over 10 years. Step 1. Click this link in the video description. That'll take you to this Google Drive where Nax, one of the members of our members and patron exclusive Discord, has created the 5e SRD in Obsidian. It's all compatible with the 2024 rules. If you're interested in the development of that SRD project, you can come join our Discord and talk to Nax about this project, but right now we're just going to use it to create Statblocks. Click on the D&D 5e 2024 rules text up here, download. Next, you go to your own Obsidian vault. This is mine. If you're unfamiliar with Obsidian in general, we have a video about it on the channel. Next, when you find a spot on your hard drive you want to store this, unzip it there. Click on Manage Vaults. Open folder as Vault. Open. Select the spot where you unzipped it. Select. It'll ask you if you trust the author and if you want to enable their plugins. If you click Yes here, you will get the look that we have on the Statblocks currently. Without it, things are going to look a little rough, so click Trust Author and Enable Plugins. With that selected, you should have a vault that looks something like this. If you already had an Obsidian vault and you're going, where are all my files? Down here in the corner, you can hop between this vault and your current vault. And here you have a little look at all of the features that the ITS theme has and how it sort of structures the look of your Obsidian document. You can see all the different headers, the text, this table. It even has a little bit of guidance here at the bottom on how you can make it look the way you want it to look. And so far, a large chunk of the SRD is already in here. You know, rhythm of play. Here it is. How to play D&D. All of the text written down in this Obsidian document, and it's all hyperlinked and connected, so if you encounter a term you're not familiar with, you should be able to just click on it or search, and then find your way to whatever it is that you're confused about. A whole bunch of stuff. You can see, if you go to character classes right now, you'll see there are no classes. This is a work in progress, and it's going to continue to develop as the author works on the vault. If you then want to install any of the stat blocks that I made using this, you can head on over to the Adept tier Patreon, or the free stat blocks that are available along with this video, and the previous video are also available. If you want CRYPTIDS, I'll put the link in the description. You'll be able to find a Wendigo, a Skinwalker, and a Chupacabra. Here you can download the Mystic Monsters zip file. You unzip the file, you're going to get something like this. It's just a bunch of text files. You structure them in Windows Explorer however you want. Here's all the ones I'm currently working on for videos that aren't even out yet. And you literally take that folder, drag it, and drop it into your vault, and voila, it shows up. Look at that. It is really that easy. Now, this here is just the sort of read mode for how to look and read these stat blocks, but if you want to actually make one of them, you're going to want to hop on over to Reading View, Source View, and then it looks like this. All this text up here is just formatting to make the table at the top of the stat block. That's all it is, by the way. This is just a table. And then you got the text written down here. Actions, reaction, and it's got a bit of formatting on it. You can see, it says parry, and it's got, a whole bunch of asterisks around it, or trigger and a bunch of asterisks. And then I hyperlink the things that you might want to read. So it says, without provoking opportunity attacks, and then you can hover over it, and it says what an opportunity attack is. Isn't that lovely? Or incapacitated, and it's got a link to the condition. It's so easy. And if you don't like parts of my homebrew, but you like most of it or some of it, you can click on the source view and think, man, Daði really does do way too much damage with these stat blocks. You're probably right. You can just go in here, change the number, make sure to change the average, subtract 4, because we just dropped it to 8, and there you go. It really is that simple. I just like having all the text here available to me. At the moment, I'm not enjoying software that does all the math for me as much, because I want to be able to just sort of tweak the numbers and play around, and I don't really want the software to do too much for me other than present it in a readable way, and I just like writing up these little texts. So this is the current method I'm using for making homebrew stat blocks. If you want to make your own, or if you want to get some stat blocks, or if you just want to get this vault, the links to those things are all in the description below. That's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. This channel is run by me and my girlfriend, and if you want to support us directly, head on over to our Patreon, where you can get access to the Discord channel where people are making this vault, or if you join us on Adept, you'll be able to download stat blocks as I make them on the Mystic Monsters series. If you're feeling especially generous, you might like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified when we release new videos. Until next time, keep studying the mystic arts.